Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 30th. This week, we're just going to jump right in here. You have this time to go card and this between worlds card. It's crazy because, number one, this is like the second time this has happened where these two cards come out together. And I literally just shuffled the crap out of this deck like right before I started today. So, it's always crazy to me when those two come out together. They basically kind of represent the same thing. We'll talk about that in a minute. And, not only that, you have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, of course, can represent marriage, but really, the Four of Wands is a portal card. There is a portal right in the middle here where you have to cross through those Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a card of completion. It kind of represents completing one thing so that you can, kind of either upgrade or have something else. And, quite simply, these two cards are, basically exactly the same thing. So, I feel for a lot of you that something needs to be kind of completed. You need to run towards the finish line, right? The Four of Wands to me is a finish line card, and it basically says that, there's a finish line in front of you, and you have to cross through that finish line so that you can, kind of move on to something else in your life, to start something new, or to upgrade an experience, whatever you're trying to do. And, that's what I would do here. So let's see. I feel like you've spent enough time. This is my purgatory card right here, the time to go card. She is kind of like in between worlds. She has this doorway down here, and she needs to go towards that doorway, cross through that threshold. It's like she spent enough time where she is. That's what I'm hearing in my head, is that you've spent enough time where you are. But I'm not talking about like physically, your physical location, although it could be. Some of you could definitely be moving. You have the Chariot here, which is your card, but, it could be a move. So some of you could be moving, no doubt about it. But, I kind of feel this is like more bigger picture. It's like, you've been at a certain level in your life for long enough. And now it's time to like use that knowledge and experience of like all the things you've been through. And it's time to add some color to your life. This flamingo is going from black and white to color. So I kind of feel that you're stepping into a time where life is about to become more vibrant and exciting, or you're going to be applying your experiences, meaning like the things that you've learned in life, you're going to be applying that to life, which is great, right? You have the Four of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Definitely could be love. If you do want love, there could be an earth sign coming in for you. I don't know. Earth seems to be all up in water signs business lately, so there you go. Definitely could be a person coming in for you. Really, I feel that, again, this is more talking about like portal energy, needing to finish one thing so that you can have something better. We're going to talk about this more when we get to your next row as well. You have the Page of Pentacles, which could be someone new, but the Page of Pentacles is the card of studiousness. He represents learning, or kind of having learned just a bunch of things in life. And what's interesting is then you have the King of Pentacles. If he is the student, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles is the master. The King of Pentacles has these grapes all over his cloak, and the grapes in the tarot represent kind of they say that he has mastered a skill. Grapes in the tarot are meant to represent something that's difficult to grow, even in real life, not tarot. Grapes require very specific skills to be able to grow well, and so he can do that. And I feel like this is saying like, okay, you've learned enough from the time or the situation or the part of your life that you're in. It's like you are a master now. It is time to get out into the world. Literally, Chariot and the Six of Wands. I look at the Chariot as kind of like a card of needing to go sow your wild oats. He's leaving that city behind him. It's like he has kind of outgrown the city. Everything is the same in the city. He needs to go somewhere where he can use the experiences that he's experienced and he can apply them to like a new, fresh place, right? And I definitely get that feeling for you in this reading. With the Four of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. Some of you could be dealing with a separation here. I also feel like some of you could be worried. Like if you are meeting a new person, you could be saying like, okay, great, when is this going to end? And, I feel like you need to get away from that attitude. If you're like worried, like, oh my God, this person's going to leave me just like the last one or whatever, I would get away from that worrying. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the what is this? Nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords is a round situation. Again, I think the one thing that's going to prevent you from having love is thinking that everybody's the same or thinking that you're just going to repeat a mistake. And so I feel like you need to get out of that mindset if you want love. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Empress. There you go. So, you're very attractive at this time. I feel like the King of Pentacles also is really good for love, by the way, because the King of Pentacles is someone who kind of like wants something permanent, a person who really wants to make it work. So, I feel like there really could be a good situation here with a new person who really wants to make it work. I also feel that clearly there is some sort of success coming in here, going up to the Chariot and the Six of Wands. I feel this could be like a financial success, or, this is like financial abundance that's coming in for you here. So, if you've been working towards something, especially if there's something that you have to prove with that Six of Wands, there could be a lot of success in that. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Distant Horizons card and this gift card. So, in the future, there could be like a gift from the universe, or, I kind of feel that water signs have, I don't know, given up. I don't think you've given up, but maybe you're just no longer, holding out for something that you think would be a gift, whether that's love or money or success or, whatever it is for you, it doesn't matter. And it's like, I don't feel like you've given up, but I feel like you're just kind of in that place of, being like, okay, maybe it's never going to happen. And so, again, I kind of feel there could be a surprise coming in for you very shortly if you've been working towards something consistently. You have the Knight of Wands, the Chariot, and the Two of Wands. Knight of Wands is kind of back and forth energy, breadcrumbing energy, it can represent a person who is inconsistent. And I feel like that's what you're fearing with that Three of Swords, because I actually feel good about, normally this wouldn't be great. And, there's no doubt about it. Of course, some of you could be going through a divorce, but, what I would say is more for a bigger majority of you, I feel that you are worried about getting hurt, by a new person. So if you have a new person that's coming into your life, you could be fearing that it's not going to work out, or that things won't go according to plan, or whatever the case may be. I kind of feel like there's some fear here. You have the Chariot. The Chariot is a big victory, so I feel like there is or will be a lot of, kind of like big victories coming in for you with the Chariot card. I feel like you're heading towards a major success with that Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a really big victory. And, the Chariot is a victory as well. But the thing about the Six of Wands is that he's been to war. Like, this guy, he's just leaving the city. The Six of Wands, he's been to war, and he's coming back from war, and he's being celebrated. So it's like, to me, the Six of Wands can be a clue that the person I'm reading for, you, has been through something very, very difficult, and now you're finally kind of like being celebrated here. So I kind of feel that there is going to be a reason to celebrate with all this energy. Again, I love that you show up as the Chariot, because the Chariot puts you in a position of power and strength, really allows you to get what you want, because it's you showing up here in a strong position. Could also be a Pisces, by the way, coming in for you here. You have the Hangman. And it's funny that it's both major arcana showing, versions of the signs that are showing up right next to each other. Could be any sign, general reading. You have the Two of Wands here. Two of Wands is about taking the lead on something. Again, I said we were going to talk about this because of that Four of Wands as well. This, to me, also is very similar. Not exactly the same, but similar to the Four of Wands. He's got this wand behind him that stands on its own, and he's reaching forward to this new wand in front of him, and he's got the whole world in his hands. He could easily get out into the world. So this whole entire reading is encouraging you to step outside of a comfort zone and go towards something that's going to lead to a lot of progress. Again, Two of Wands is a card of progress, but sometimes, I feel that's not true. I feel it is a card of progress, but I feel like it's saying you have to get out into the world to make the progress, if that makes sense. So it is, but it kind of is more of like an action. With the Knight of Wands, yes, you have the Ace of Swords. I feel like there could be a person that's coming in for you. Maybe you're a little bit worried that they're a player or a liar, cheater, stealer, whatever. The Ace of Swords to me says that it could be a very honest person. So again, if you're meeting a new person, of course, just the time that we're in, I wouldn't rush into anything, but, I feel like this person is a very truthful person. I keep telling people, I think love is actually very simple right now. I would just trust the evidence. It's like, if there is, don't overinvest, practice justice, basically, equal give and take. You give a little, and if they return the favor, if they give a little, then, give some more. If they give some more, then you can give some more. Like, have that nice equal give and take, right, in the situation. But also, I think that there will be evidence that this person is who they say they are. So, again, don't ignore the evidence. Trust the evidence. With the Chariot, here you go. You have the Lovers. Definitely, I feel you are charging towards love here. And look, I didn't even notice this. You have the Justice card right here. Like, justice is your solution to, any issues or worries about love. So definitely could be love coming in for you. And again, for those of you that don't want love, and even if you do want love, clearly there is a very solid new path coming in for you. Chariot is, again, about leaving that city behind, going on a new journey. You have this the Lovers, which traditionally was about being at a crossroads, having two choices to make. You have this card at the end that I can see from here that says, travel as much as you can. This will add dimension to your life. But, maybe you can't travel, but maybe you can, again, I always say we don't have to like physically go on an adventure to add dimension to our life. We can learn new things. We can have new experiences right where we are. We can travel in our mind, right? And all that other stuff. So that's what I feel like that's saying. With the Two of Wands, you have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is a card of resting, relaxing, and recovering. So, I would take as much time as you can to do that. Four of Swords is also like praying for something. I almost feel like you're getting something that you've been praying for here as well. So, there you go. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this flirtation card and this, what does that say? Seduction card. So, definitely a very seductive connection or flirtatious connection that's coming your way here. And again, maybe it just starts as flirtation. Maybe it starts a little bit slow, but again, that seduction card says it's probably going to get pretty hot and heavy pretty fast. You have the Six of Wands, the Hangman, and the Justice card here. The Six of Wands is a victory, of course, so I feel like there could be a big victory or a success that's coming in for you with the Six of Wands. I also feel there could be some sort of achievement, excuse me, that's coming in for you here. And it, especially if you've been battling towards something for a long time, I feel like you're about to have a big win with this Six of Wands. Next, you have the Hangman here. Could be a Pisces. I don't think it has to be. Could just be a person who has Pisces in their chart. But really, I feel this is you gaining a new perspective. I think we are in a time where everyone should be looking for new perspectives. It's literally the quickest way to be successful. I was on the podcast with Serious Joy, a few weeks ago, and I was literally saying how the Two of Swords comes up constantly in readings. And, he asked me about that, Christopher, and I said that, really, I think that it's because the universe is trying to get us to look for third place solutions, or what I call third place solutions, which are everybody thinks this or that, with every single issue that exists, but not even issues, right? Good things as well. And, I think we're in a time of iteration, innovation, all those words. And so I would say that if you can come up with other ways of doing things that no one has ever thought of before, it's like the quickest way to success right now. And for the next 20 years. You have the Justice card. Justice is equal give and take. I've also been saying to everyone that I think justice is the answer to the rest of our lives. We really need to pay attention to what's working, what's not. We need to only put energy into the things that are working, and that's it. Also, by the way, if you are dealing with a divorce or separation, I kind of feel this is just saying that you will be getting justice in, some sort of, divorce or separation matter. With the Six of Wands, you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is another card of adventure. You actually have a lot of cards of like desire as well, and adventure. The Knight of Wands kind of moves towards his enthusiasm. The Page of Wands also kind of moves towards things that he is enthusiastic or excited about. Ace of Wands here, same thing. With the Hangman, you have the Four of Cups. I love this Four of Cups. This is from the White Sage Tarot, and you can see that these three cups are pouring into one cup. So again, if you are attracting a new person, I feel that, again, the evidence will show you that this person really cares about things. I always tell people, if like you're meeting a person, just look at their life. It's like, it's funny because every time I say this, people are like, oh, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I'm like, you're not. You're looking at the contents, dummy. So, again, I always look at, if I'm going to date a person, I always look at their life. It's like, is their life in order? Are they, being healthy? Are they, is their house a complete freaking pigsty? If it is, then you probably shouldn't be with that person, right? It's pretty simple. And again, these are the people always leave like, oh, maybe they just had a bad day. They couldn't clean their house. And I'm like, no. That is evidence, right? We are in a time of trusting evidence, plain and simple. So again, if you're watching me, the Minnow Pond, right, then you trust the evidence. You don't ignore things like that because that is a symptom of a bigger picture issue, right? And again, I don't care if people say, oh, it's judgmental, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, go date those people and then come get it. Well, I don't do readings anymore, but I should charge like $2,000 to do a reading for those people that do that when they come crying and they say, oh, this person cheated on me 20 times. Yeah, exactly. What did the evidence tell you, right? Plain and simple. So trust the evidence. I think the evidence is very clear that this person, if you look at the other aspects of their life, they probably take care of the things that they own. They probably don't live in a pigsty. They probably, whatever. So trust the evidence. with and this goes for other things as well, people. It's like if you go on a job interview and the place is a mess, everybody looks super depressed, there's a person crying in the corner, you probably shouldn't work there, right? With the Justice card, you have the King of Cups here. I feel like you need to trust your feelings as well. King of Cups has very deep emotions. He's sitting in the middle of the ocean, and he's sitting in choppy waters, but he's perfectly fine. He doesn't really care what's going on around him. And that's the whole point, is that he trusts his emotions. He doesn't allow like external factors to determine how he feels about things. And so I feel like you need to trust your feelings about the things that are going on in your life at this time. Finally, here in the area of the good stuff, you have this growth card. It says, expect good money flow, a raise, or a new job offer. There you go. Love it. It says it's important to unlearn, to grow as rules continue to morph and change. Yes, continue to iterate and innovate at this time. I literally just said that. You have this travel as much as you can. This will add dimension to your life. I would change that to have as many experiences as you can. I have 3 currencies of the universe. I'm working on an article about it because I believe that there are going to be like 3 things that will make people super valuable in the future. And especially if the robots take over, like AI or whatever, it's like something a robot can't do basically is go have an experience or apply a human experience to a situation. So experience, I'm telling you right now, is like going, learning something, applying your experience, and then sharing your experience. That is like a major ticket to success, right? You could share it on YouTube, you could share it on a blog, an article, whatever. But again, people who do that are going to become very successful. So go have as many experiences as you can. You have the Two of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Two of Swords is about seeing other ways of doing things. You know, there's this island back here. The good news is it's coming up in the good stuff. So I kind of have a feeling that you're seeing new ways of doing things. You're experiencing new ways of doing things in your life. And this is just going to lead to you coming up with more third-place solutions. You have the Ace of Wands here. Ace of Wands is a card of growth and success. It's also my favorite card in the tarot because, you know, sometimes I just feel that the Ace of Wands is just that one thing we need to motivate us to action. To me, it is that the root going down into the soil. It is you planting a seed, and it is that initial spark of life. So, you know, if you're working on a project, getting into a new relationship or anything like that, the Ace of Wands to me says that you are getting that kind of initial inspirational spark happening at this time, and love it. To me, it's very motivational when that happens. You have the Ten of Swords as well. Again, I feel like but again, it's showing up in the good stuff. Ten of Swords in the good stuff would represent a blessing in disguise. So I feel like you could be seeing how something is a blessing, like a blessing in disguise in your life here. With the Two of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, sorry, is a card of being independent. And so, you know, but it's also a card of gratitude and luxuries. So I would be practicing gratitude. The quickest way we can manifest like a gift, like you have that gift card there, is to be grateful for the things we already have. Then we attract more things to be grateful for. With the Ace of Wands, you have, sorry, now I'm going to lose my voice, but you have the Tower. And the Tower is, of course, normally a bad card, but again, it's showing up in the good stuff. The Tower can represent a move, which we kind of talked about. The Tower can also represent coming down to reality, and it can also represent an aha moment. Funny enough, I said on the Ace of Wands that you get that initial spark of life. There's a lightning bolt normally at the top of the Tower. So I think that you're getting like an idea or something that breaks you out of black and white over here and brings you into a life of, you know, color. So really nice. You have, with the Ten of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, you're making your life easier here, is really what I feel. The Ten of Wands is normally like a card of burdens or having experienced burdens in your life. But, you know, it's showing up in the good stuff. I also, even if it doesn't show up in the good stuff, I like the Ten of Wands because that's his harvest that he's carrying. He's about to reach his home in the background where he is going to have his harvest. So I think that there's a harvest coming in for you. You have this Vines card. It says, seek out information that will help you. Yes, go have as many experiences as you possibly can about anything you care about. I don't care what it is. That's what I would be doing. That's the time we're in. You have this Wedge card. It says someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want. So I would be careful of this right now. I don't know. There's something going on with the astrology. I don't know what it is, but multiple people have had cards for like a few months now that are basically saying there's a person that's trying to block you off from other things in your life, and you need to be careful of that person for sure. You have this bowl. It says plenty of material things. Yes, definitely an increase here. A lot of success coming in for you. You have this lily. It says spiritual love on it. So definitely if you're attracting love, could be a very spiritual connection. And you have this weeping willow. It says family sorrow. Some of you could be dealing with family issues. Again, I don't know what it is. Every single person for the past few months, really, I think like 4 to 5 months at least, pretty much back since the beginning of summer, has been getting these cards of like family and things going on with family. So, obviously do what you can there. But I see a lot of growth here. This is a very good reading. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.